Our guest today is Emily Hejna.
Oh, good job.
I did it right.
Yeah.
Not Hejna.
No.
Officer Emily Hejna.
Yes.
I wanted to say Hejna again. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for
I
having
think you
me.
need to scoot a little bit closer to the microphone.
Can you not hear me?
I don't know. There we go. We're
Okay.
good. All right. Emily, thanks for coming on the show, the new show that we're doing.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So today, we wanted to have you on to talk about the APD lip sync challenge video.
So fun, right?
That was a lot of fun. I'm not gonna lie. I had a good time doing that. Mm-hmm. It was, it was pretty interesting, the whole thing and how it developed and all that. But I was wondering, first of all, how did you guys come up with the idea? Obviously, the lip sync challenge is nationwide, right? Mm-hmm. But then, when did you guys decide that you wanted to do it?
Well, the community had been talking to us a lot, going, hey, Alton, where are you? Why aren't you doing this? And we were kind of just going to avoid it if we could. And then Peevely, Missouri called us out, and we do not back down from challenges. So, okay, we're going to do it. And so I was talking with the chief about it and, what we wanted to do and what it was and why we wanted to do it. And as we were talking, we kind of discussed that it's supposed to be a community relations type of event or thing. And I kind of mentioned, hey, it's not really community relations if you're not out in the community.
Right.
And so the chief said, so do it. I said, yes, sir. And then we started in there.
The chief seemed to be really on board because he was making phone calls to local businesses, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a lot of people in the background making decisions and helping out and contributing in that way.
Yeah, our chief is awesome when it comes to community stuff. He gets it, and he understands that we can't be successful without the support of our community. And so whenever we said we wanted to do it, once we came up with the concept and exactly what we wanted to do, I mean, just like you said, he was calling businesses saying, hey, we're going to come and interrupt your business. Are you okay with that? And not one business said no.
Yeah. I know when we got to Duke's Bakery, that was a big shock for me because I'm just showing up with a camera. And you guys wanted to shoot that first scene, with the chief and officer, was it Vince?
Mm-hmm. Officer Warlick?
Yeah, Officer Warlick when he came up on the bike and stuff. And yeah, we could try. Okay, I'm just going with it. And then, okay, we're going to Duke's. And I'm like, okay. And then we get there at 12:15.
Yep.
And it's packed. Mm-hmm. And I didn't know if it was a Tuesday special at Duke's or something. I had no idea. They made a phone call.
Yeah.
And so Duke's was really excited about it too.
They were. Apparently they put it on their Facebook page and it just grew from there. And I mean, from my experience with it, and hopefully you had the same one, those first scenes that we were shooting, we were all super awkward and had to really be pushing to get out of our box a little bit and get over ourselves a little bit. But then once we got to Duke, forget it. It was all on from there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun because I think we did the courthouse that day and the steps. What else did we do the first day?
We did a lot that first day.
We really did. We got a lot of.
We did the police department first, then we went to Duke Bakery, and then we went down to the pedestrian bridge.
Yeah.
And Bluff City. Mm-hmm. And City Hall.
Yeah, City Hall.
And then after all of that, we went to Riverview Park.
Right.
I think that was it that first day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I say it like it's not that much, but it was a lot.
Well, for me, it was okay, yeah, we're getting the shots and but it wasn't until I got home. I got really excited after I got to see the footage.
Yeah.
Because I was oh, this could be really neat. We're on to something. Mm-hmm. And then, so then the next day, it was I think everybody was all in because I think I sent you guys just a little teaser, some sort of a draft.
I actually didn't show anyone that. Because you kind of were
really?
I wasn't sure if you wanted me to.
Oh.
So we didn't show anyone until you showed it to them that next morning.
Okay. Okay.
But that next morning was the planned shoot for the bridge, which we were all super excited about.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun because then we had Rick Dilly spelled with a Q. He spells his name R-I-Q.
I did not know that until I saw it on on Facebook, I guess.
Right. I almost misspelled it, but I found his business card and I corrected it. But anyway, it was cool to have him out there. And then, just that whole experience being on the bridge was a lot of fun. And the cops that were there, I always forget that with Jeremiah.
Jeremiah Dressler, he was the
Officer
one
Dressler.
dancing in the blue shirt.
Yeah, he did
We
a
have
really
gotten
good
a
job.
lot of interested women in Jeremiah Dressler. He's been pretty embarrassed.
Yeah, my
the
wife is
police
included in
department.
that, so it's no big deal. I don't care.
Yeah.
You guys told me you'd loan me a vest. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway, but no, that was a lot of fun. You know, something funny about that is I thought I was kind of depending. Really didn't know what to expect going out. We're closing down the bridge, and we're gonna run through this a couple times. So I'm thinking lots of aerial footage, some like cool stuff. I took one shot. I had my camera rolling for that first time, and then whenever I got it all back, I was like, I think I just totally botched the bridge scene because the aerial guy, he was kind of doing his thing and whatever, but it ended up working out. I was like really thankful because Jeremiah did really good on that first take. Like he did really good on that first take. So
Yeah.
that was
So
kinda neat.
you only needed one shot.
Only needed one.
He is our one-shot wonder.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. And then then we went over to the
The amphitheater.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a lot of fun there too.
Yep.
What was your favorite part about the whole experience?
I don't know if I have a favorite part, but the 3rd Street, when we taped down at 3rd Street, that was just amazing.
Yeah.
As an officer, having that was really cool.
Yeah.
And then some of the conversations I had after that were really, really amazing and really hit it home for me as to exactly why we were doing what we were doing. But the bridge scene I still think was really cool.
That was so much fun. Yeah.
I mean, we all like a tactical vehicle, right? They're pretty cool looking. So
What do you guys call that?
the bear.
The bear. Right on. Yeah.
Yep.
That was cool. Everybody needs a bear.
But the amphitheater was really fun just because it was one of the very few moments where there weren't any community people, but it was if you remember, we were all giving each other a really hard time about our terrible dance moves and all of those things. So for us, for the bonding aspect of it, the amphitheater was fun.
Yeah.
But I think that Bullhaven was really cool too, though.
Yeah. Bullhaven
Forgot
was
about
a lot of
Bullhaven.
fun. Yeah, we got some good shots in there. That fella dancing across the bull and there's Jacob Parker. He and I have kind of become friends since then.
Good.
Yeah.
He was so nice.
Yeah, super cool. And I think he was with his mom and his aunt, and they made the video, and that was kind of neat.
Yeah.
And then the chick doing backflips.
Yes.
That was kinda
I
cool.
really thought you were going to get hit.
I thought it was too. I'm like, she's gonna. Yeah, this is.
So what you didn't see is that we were doing that. I had a hold of his shirt, making sure he didn't run into anyone. And where he's like, okay,
Like,
don't
back
let
it
me
up,
hit
back it up, back
anybody.
it up. Yeah, that was
But
wild.
so Joe put himself in harm's way for the video.
Hey, it was all worth it. You got to take one for the team once. in a
Right.
while. But yeah, no, it was the whole thing about 3rd Street was like, I remember like showing up and then like just seeing everybody kind of showing up, and then y'all were practicing in the parking lot. Was that like the visitor center parking lot or something? Or
No, it was just the parking lot for 3rd Street, just right across
Okay.
from Tony's there.
Yeah. And it was just kind of neat because like when everybody was kind of gathered around you, like you realize like what, like doing something. Like
Yeah.
we're like really doing something. Like it was like really incredible. And I think the whole process of, first of all, I think every shot in itself had a story.
For sure.
And I think that's what made it kind of great. And then just watching it progress, each scene, and then like watching you guys getting excited about it and like going, oh, this is like, okay. And like, from that first day to the last day, everybody was able to see some of the footage and I was able to kind of present a little bit more. And everybody, I think, kind of got that much more into it as we went on.
Yeah. One of my most favorite scenes in it, though, it doesn't even have an officer's face at all. It's the shots that we did out at the Piasaw Bird, the night shots with the silhouette of the officer and then the homage to Blake Snyder with the hat. Those, and every officer that sees it, they're like, I almost missed that, but that was really cool.
That's cool.
So.
I'm so glad we did that. That was important to me from the get-go, and I knew it was important to you guys from the get-go. And so it was like, and I didn't even, because we did that shot the same night as 3rd
Right.
Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were all like dog tired. Everybody's
so tired,
sweaty.
so hot.
Yeah. And we're just like, okay, well, let's just go with it. We'll see what happens. And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. What time is it? Okay. But I'm really glad, And then I know that Friday and Saturday, I even wanted to kind of bow out Friday and Saturday. I'm like, we got enough footage. But it's one of those things where it's like, everybody, let's just see it all through to the end.
And that shot with the two little girls dancing at the ice cream truck, I mean, that was amazing.
Yeah.
And that, to me, you and I had a lot of conversations during the shooting and about, it might be getting too deep for what we're doing today, but like the
We could
racism
totally-
and all of
yeah.
that. And gosh, that was just so beautiful because there's this little white girl and this little black girl, and they didn't care about any of that.
Right.
And it was so perfect.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this then. So, like, where has it, since the video, like, how has the community responded? Do you feel more comfortable? Do you feel...
I think, there's always going to be room for improvement. But I think that, people are... I went to a meeting today, and they were talking about the video still. And the community has loved it. And the officers, even the officers that were some curmudgeons throughout the whole process, like, I don't know why we'd do that. That's so dumb. You're going to look dumb. It's
Right.
embarrassing. Even they have said, okay, y'all did something pretty cool. Like, I'm glad that you did that. And I do think that it has opened some people's minds to talking to us, or maybe not on the hard cases yet or anything like that, but I think it's a step in the right direction, and even just a slightly open door can eventually be pushed wider. So
Yeah, I agree, because I know you and I we don't have to go like too deep or whatever,
Yeah.
but I know we had a conversation about like, people in blue being the good guy and the bad guy at the same time, and like some of the struggles with that. And I think that was the whole idea behind, okay, we're going to make this community based, right?
Right.
Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Just kind of like, yeah, because there is a struggle, there is like,
Sure. I mean, I kind of mentioned the night of the 3rd Street shoot, we all, actually every officer at some point in filming the video had at least one experience with folks that they wouldn't have had if we wouldn't have had this video shot. And almost everyone that I've talked to has said, I'm so glad that I did that. Or, hey, Hejna, thanks for pushing me into doing that. I really appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. And just some of the conversations, like I talked with a woman who absolutely very clearly did not like the police. And after she saw us down on 3rd Street, she was a little more open to the idea that, okay, maybe y'all aren't so bad all the time. And so it's hard. When we see people, we see them at their worst moments. And, you don't expect them to think that you're super fantastic all the time, because you have to go in, and they call us when they don't know how to handle things themselves.
Right.
So
Right. So even like, you're pulling somebody over for DUI, that's not a good moment. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But, during that conversation that we had, you also mentioned like there's the wall, like as soon as they see the uniform, like that's what they see.
yeah, I've met people outside of work when I'm not in uniform, and they treat me one way. And then I meet them sometimes when I'm in uniform, same people, and it's a very different response. Or, wait, I didn't know you were the police. And so hopefully this helped to break down some of those walls, even just a little bit.
Right on. Emily, thanks for being on our show.
You're very welcome.
Untapped.
Thank you. Yeah.
I think we covered everything. Josh, did we cover everything?
Yeah, sounds good.
Covered everything. By the way, we are here at the fabulous Wow on Broadway.
So nice.
Really, really great place. Really, really. Have you ever been here before?
I have been to the original location. I've never been here before today.
Right on.
It's beautiful.
But it's like, it just goes to show, like all these buildings in Alton, they've got so much really great atmospheres.
I love
around
Alton.
here.
I think
Yeah.
it's amazing.
Yeah, and what Wow's doing with this place is really remarkable. So
Yep.
when you get a chance, come check it out. Wow on Broadway. Okay.